When did you last drink some of this? It's water. Honest Gulf. Hello Ramblers of the world, I'm Chris, the Mindset Wingman, and thank you for joining me on another Mindful Ramble where we talk all things Mindset Reset and how it aligns to our journey through life. And as always, every journey has a story, so let's go! Now let's start with the obvious. The head and the body are connected. No shit, Sherlock. But it is something that I do bang on about a lot, and it comes down to the importance of looking after your physical well-being to aid and to support your mental well-being. And there's different areas I like to talk about. So, for example, there is sleep, there is diet, and there's exercise. All three very important components to look after your body, which will then have that knock-on effect to how you can control your mindset on a daily basis. But specifically because of the rather hot weather we've had recently, which I have been enjoying, and this video I wanted to specifically talk about probably my favourite well-being technique, and that is hydration and drinking enough water on a daily basis. The reason it's one of my favourite is because it was one of the biggest changes I saw. So I used to be somebody who would drink the generic 1.5 litres of water every single day. But as the day went on, I started to feel more lethargic, losing focus, and I couldn't quite understand why. Now, I'm not saying this is the perfect answer and it will solve all those problems, but it definitely did have a huge beneficial effect on me and my mindset as the day went on, because I increased the amount of water. Now, how did I work out how much water I needed to drink on a daily basis? The question that I get asked a lot. So what I did was I started doing a bit of investigation into how much water I should be drinking, and I found this thing online called a water intake calculator. If you've never seen one before, just stick that into Google, and there's loads of different options you can use. So I went in there, and it asked questions like your weight and your height, things like that. So you put all that in, and then it gives you an answer of how much water they think you should be drinking on a daily basis. And for me, and this is without any exercise or when it is really warm, as it has been recently, I was shocked to find out that I should be drinking at least 4 litres a day from somebody who was drinking only 1.5. So what did I do? I started to increase how much water I drink on a daily basis up to that 4 litre mark, and the difference was remarkable. Definitely helped my physical health, but it definitely helped up here as well. Now, I do hear a lot of people who say that they don't like the taste of water, and they drink coffee or they drink fizzy juice, for example, and unfortunately that's just not the same. You need to drink water. Now, if you don't like the taste of it, there's loads of different options out there nowadays where you can get different flavourings which aren't too adverse to your health, but you can add them to your water just to make it taste better. But the important thing to remember here is, and a lot of people have said this to me in the past, but I drink coffee, I drink fizzy juice, so that should be fine. I mean, unfortunately, it just it hasn't got the same benefit. In fact, things like fizzy juice probably have a non-beneficial effect on your health, as I'm sure we know with those sugary drinks. It's also, when I speak to people and I work with people when it comes to mindset reset, one of the first areas I look at with everybody that I have worked with in the past and the people I work with going forward is I'll always look at their physical health first. How is their well-being on a daily basis? Because this can be a big answer why they are an internal mess upstairs. Because it's something that does drop down the priority list, and that's looking after our own bodies. Unfortunately, I understand that. You know, life can get very, very busy, and we have other priorities and responsibilities we think about, and we put that at the bottom of the list. And if you build that into a habit, that's where it'll stay. But specifically today, I wanted to talk about this one because of the hot weather we've been having, and a lot of people might think they are drinking enough water. However, going back to the amount that I have increased it to, so I'm up to 4 litres a day, and that's what I do now on a daily basis. The thing is, that's just on a normal day. So if I do exercise, I have to increase it even more. And one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video is because of the hot weather we've been having. When we're having weather like that, that's another reason why you probably find you actually need to drink more than you've worked out from using this online calculator, water intake calculator. So it's a great thing to use to give you a base, but don't use that as gospel. You know, if you are exercising or if it is very hot, you probably need to do even more. But the best thing you can do is find out how much you should be drinking for a person of your size, your weight, your height, etc. And then test it and just see how it changes you and the way you show up as the day goes on. So if you are somebody who as the day goes on starts to get a bit lethargic, starts to lose focus, this could be one of the reasons. So give it a try, increase it, and just notice the benefits that it does have on you. So that is today's video. I really wanted to highlight the importance of staying hydrated and drinking water consistently. And if you are one who, and we all are, very busy, and it is something, as I said, goes down the priority list, so you don't remember to do it, there's ways that you can remind yourself. So one I like to use is, you'll find I've got a water bottle attached to my hip most of the time when I'm walking around, and that really helps me to remind me to keep drinking water. But if you don't do that, the other thing is you can put in two alarms onto your phone, for example. We're always carrying our phones around, and just giving you a wee reminder just to check in with yourself once or twice a day, just to see how much water you've actually drunk, how you're actually feeling, and then you can go and rehydrate if that has not been where you wanted it to be. So that's today's video. Hope you found it beneficial. The main thing is to remember is the head and the body are connected, so you need to look after your physical health, and that will have such a huge knock-on effect to the way you feel in your mind and your mental well-being. And specifically for this one is just have a think about how much water you drink on a daily basis. Is it enough? Is it really enough? Be really honest with yourself. And if it's not, do a bit of research into it and just increase it, and then really notice the benefit that that has on you. Now I hope you found that beneficial. As always, if you could subscribe, like, share and comment, I would be incredibly grateful, as it really does help me build this channel bigger and better. And I'll see you all again next time for another mindful ramble. Stick that in your journal.